What's going on? What's up? What's up? So, hey, last week was amazing. Had a CMO talking about dispute Panda and everything going on, but we want to follow it up and answer some more questions and also give you the credit score you deserve, give you the confidence to knock the credit bureaus out, right? So me and Mike is showing up live once again to answer your questions and also teach you and give you the information that is needed to improve your credit score so you can have the confidence to, combat the credit bureaus because we already know, and the collection agencies, because we already know sometimes we feel lonely, like, am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this right? What's next? And you kind of unshaken, right? So we just want to make sure give you the path and the answer and the tools and the keys and everything that you need to, knock credit bureaus out. So let's get into it.
Yes, sir.
So, Mike, if you just started, let's just say you're new to the channel, and like, what would you do first to improve your credit score? Like, step one.
Whew,
You're new to the channel.
New to the channel. I would go to
learn how to improve your credit, get the things off, and of course increase your credit score. Like what is needed first?
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay. All right. First thing I would do, I don't know if this is the same thing that you would do. I'll go to that 14-day hack video. I think it's very important to see the steps play out step by step by step. Mm-hmm. And then normally I ask people when we get on consultation calls, I would say, how many videos did you watch? And the answer is always like 20 to 10 or something like that. But then I would ask myself, if you know this thing will change your life forever, why not watch more than 20 videos? Like even 20 videos before you get on the phone with us, because in order to have the conversation, we have to have the language. I think Eric Thomas said it best. He said, I went to college so I could learn how to talk. Right. Of course, he went for the degree as well, so he can have the power when he go into the meetings to dictate how much he's going to be charged or how much he's going to charge for his services. But the language of what we're talking about has to be understood. Mm-hmm. So if I get on the phone and I say, "Hey, debt collection practices act," you should be able to tell me what that is. If I say FCRA, you should be able to tell me what it is. So the first thing I would say somebody should do is to watch a bunch of your videos.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to get the actual steps. But number one, watch the videos. And number two, that's when, you'll learn from the videos. First thing I do really is analyze your credit report. And I wanted to say that first part first to like set the tone. Because we military, so it's like, we think a little bit different. We're like, if the information is there, go get it and then execute. But a lot of people try to execute before they get the information. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing you should do is, watch the videos, but then I guess part two would be to analyze your credit report. And if you know how to analyze your credit report, then everything else will balance out. What do you think about the answer, though? I mean,
I understand like what you're saying. Like, first thing, watch some videos, understand what's going on, understand what you need to do to improve your, like, just getting the information, the language, what's needed. Because if you don't know, then you need to some people need to explain and hear from you, especially if you're willing to invest the money with you. All right. Sometimes people need you to explain it and hear it from you, especially if they're willing to invest that money with you. Yep. Yes, true, but we also, it goes back to the story, right? All right. I wanted to become an officer in the Navy, right? So becoming an officer in the Navy is you got to get a degree. There are certain requirements to becoming an officer in the Navy, right? So in order for me to become an officer, I had to get my degree and learn some of the things that is needed required. But somehow, I don't know what I was thinking about. I wanted to talk to somebody first to mentor me on becoming an officer to shortcut that process. So luckily on me, asking questions on who can help me. And I ran into Mr. Collins, now retired CW05, high up there, right? In the military. But before he took a meeting with me, or the next meeting with me, he told me I need to read 3 books. And the reason why I had to read those 3 books is because he wanted to yes, he can help me become an officer. Yes, he can help me do the things required, but he also wanted to help me as a person and in my personal development because he saw where I was going. And I guess if he knew the information now, he probably would have did it different. And I didn't think about it till now. So what he told me was to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and Automatic Millionaire. Right. So when I read those books, I understood that, all right, I really don't want to be in the military no more. I really want to launch a business, make money, really get my time back. And I realized time was my most valuable asset. So once I realized that, I was able to communicate that with them, and we will be able to have dialogue of talking about investments, saving time, doing the things required to improve, you know, my personal development and things of that nature, right? And I think the same thing Mike is saying right now. In order for you to understand what we're saying, there are some things you got to do first so you can understand what we're talking about when we say, go look up this law, this law, and this law. Yes, we can tell you over the phone, but if you come prepared, then you'll get your questions. You'll ask different questions, and you'll get your answers through those questions, right?
Yeah. So there's no such thing as a bad question, but there is a such thing as a better question.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying? So when we joined the military, they gave us certain things we had to do. They were called prerequisites. And I was like, bro, why I gotta do this before I actually do the thing? In the military, when you want to operate a piece of equipment, you would have to
Go ahead.
You have to learn about the piece of equipment first. You have to learn what it's for, what it does, and then you'll do what they call shadow somebody. So you'll watch somebody fix the equipment, watch somebody do this with the equipment, watch somebody do that with the equipment before you're able to use the equipment. And dang, bro, the military taught me so much. So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, you guys have, to be honest, unlimited time. Let's say it took Dave an hour or two to make each one of these YouTube videos, but it only takes you 10 minutes to consume it. Dave is working so much harder than you guys are going to be working on your credit. So that's why we're like, hey, watch the videos first so you can ask better questions to us. Because when you say, hey, somebody did this to me, if you can, and I teach this to my kids too, if you can explain to me your situation in a clearer aspect, I could probably help you better. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, my stuff came back verified. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, what did you do? And then you have to tell me all the stuff you did. And then I realized, I'm like, did you watch the 14-day hack video? And if you did, I can understand the steps that you did. And I don't have to guess. And then I can give you a clear, decisive answer. I can say, hey, well, after you send off your disputes, if it came back verified, then you got to see about the method of verification. And then I can ask you, okay, what law states that the credit bureaus have to do a fair and accurate investigation? And then we
Hold on, Mike. So you can knock the credit bureaus out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, thank y'all for the likes too. And
thank you for the likes and love for showing up. You can be anywhere, but drop your questions. Me and Mike are starting them. We talking our story, so you can get an aspect of where we come from, what we do, and why we do what we do. So drop your questions. We're not ignoring y'all. We're gonna get to them. But my bad, Mike. I saw it.
You good. I love when you get hyped, bro, because well, whatever. We'll go about that. Hey, what's up, Vladimir? Peace to you.
What's up, everybody? Hey, congratulations on your score increasing. Hey, what's up, everybody? Peace. Good evening. Welcome, credit hackers. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing up. I know y'all want to improve y'all credit, and like I said, we're gonna get back to.
All right. Okay, hold on. So Dave really he asked me to do something the other day, and I was really on the fence about it. And that kind of goes to this right here. He said, bro, my personal credit is boom, boom. I need help stacking business credit, especially business LLC. And then that's amazing. But this one right here specifically, I have an 80 paydex score for business credit and don't know what to do with it. Help me.
Well, I told you, man. Hey, the people. Hey,
so I wanna show y'all how I helped my mentees get over $1 million in business credit. But it's hard to tell people what to do when there's so many people giving out wrong information. And I guess.
All right. So the information isn't wrong, right? But Mike always say everybody's right. Everybody's right, and there's just a clear path of like dependent, right? There's a lot of information out there. Not saying it's the wrong information, but the information isn't probably for you at the time of when you need it. So
Yeah.
having an 80 paydex score is good, but if you're not, let's just say Walmart or a company that needs furniture, office, and you're trying to like actually scale your business, it don't make sense trying to get store credit and getting all this credit because of course you got to pay all that back and building that all up. So what Mike's about to go in depth with is the right way for you to leverage your credit so you can get funding, right? Because the goal is to get money to help grow your business. And if you can't make a dollar without money or other people's money, then it don't make sense trying to get business credit.
Yeah. So to set the conversation, this right here is my credit card book, right? Full of credit cards on the business and personal side. And building business credit is a lot easier than you guys think. All you need is good credit. So your business has your business has a social security number also. We call it the EIN number, right? And I want you guys to think of it as your business ages in dog years. Let's just call it dog years. But the dog years is 9 years, right? So as you know, when a normal person grows up, that at 18 your credit score actually populates, and now you can go get credit. But in business years, most businesses go out of business before 2 years. So we all know that, right? We all heard the saying. Drop it in the chat if y'all heard the saying. Drop a 7 if y'all heard that saying. So what happens with the banks is EIN number. Yep. So what happens with the bank is they're waiting for the 2-year mark so they can be like, is this person gonna go out of business? So, and that's one of the first parts, right? And then now they're gonna say one or two things. Is your business cash flowing? Most of the people who look like me don't have cash flowing businesses, because what we try to do is we try to create a business that we like doing instead of the business that makes us money. Oh, I wish I had a horn, but that was a bar.
And a boyish.
I turn away so many people who are trying to chase their dreams. If you're trying to chase your dreams, do not talk to me. Because when I tell you that your dreams don't matter, you might get offended.
And the reason why is because you're on, like me and Mike. Yes, we know credit, but we know a lot more than just credit. And we listen and do things in accordance with God, right? So what Mike is saying that, yes, chase your dream, but your dream might not be to serve. Your dream might not help people. And the reason why you're on this earth is to serve and help others, right? That's the reason why, like, when you're around, like, yo, you always want to help. When you answer somebody's phone call, you want to give them the advice because you're meant to be on this earth to serve people, right? My bad voice. But you're meant to serve people. So once you serve somebody, you get that good feeling, right? When me and Mike help people, we get the feeling like, yes, man, they get it, they understand. So you chasing your dream it might not help other people. It might just only help you. And if it only helps you, you're not going to be able to make no money. So
100%. So I tell my people, I said, I hate credit repair. Like, literally hate it, because I often get in like altercations because of my personality with people. When like somebody came to me and said, hey, I want to fix my credit so I can get a mobile home. I'm just like, a mobile home is a depreciating asset, right? So you won't be able to pass it on to your kids. Instantly stop the conversation. She got off the phone. I was like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I want to help you, but sometimes me helping you is going to hurt your feelings. So if you can be a good servant to people, like me and Dave love technology. Like, I'll build a website and I'll build stuff like that. And that is kind of what I want to do. And I want to be a public speaker as well. But I know that in order to help my family, I have to help 1 million people. So how can I help 1 million people? Dave came up with a strategy. He said, hey, we owned a successful credit repair company that was making like $50,000 a year. $50,000 a month. And what if we tell everybody how to do exactly what we did? Not start the company, but fix their own credit using our methods. And then it snowballed into, okay, if we help one person, then that one person can help 5 people. And if those 5 people help another 5 people, and then it was like, okay, YouTube hit us with a thing and said 1 million people has watched the channel. And I was like, oh, it's working. And then YouTube hit us again. 4 million people watch the channel. So in our head, we're like, let's not charge the people, let's charge YouTube. And then that's how we're going to be able to chase our dreams, by coming on here on live and teaching you guys how to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do what you want to do. Do what serves and help people, because you will be rewarded at the end of the day. And some people are actually being rewarded for being selfish because they want to make money. So, well, I sometimes I tell people to be selfish as well, because in order to, I believe in order to make money, you got to help other people. So if you really want to make money, you can make a lot of it by just helping people. And then I ask people like, yo, what's wrong with that? And I get the comment, man, I just don't want to take advantage of people. I'm like, okay, well, don't give them wrong information. And that's going to segue to a couple things too, because a lot of people watch our videos and I go back and forth with people who spit out misinformation. And then all I do is Google search the words that they're saying. And then I realize like, yo, you giving out misinformation on purpose. Why are you doing that? Type deal. So just to recap, if you can help a mass amount of people with your information, that should be your business. Your thing you love should be your hobby. I don't know who told people that you do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's a lie. My bad.
Are you good? It's portfolio and living showing older than 10 years. All right. So if it's showing older than 10 years, when was the last reporting date like? After the last reporting date, like 7 years after that is. So if you had that count 10 years, like when was the last time it started stop reporting? But you can also get that removed as well. The first thing you want to do, I tell everybody, is set the credit bureaus up. The reason why you want to set them up, yes, you might get the account removed the first time you send a letter, but the overall goal is to get official documents stating that they lied, right? The goal is, if it don't get removed, to get a document showing proof that they lied. And the reason why they lied is because we know that they didn't do a fair investigation. Because if they did, 15 U.S.C. 1681-5, everything would have been modified, everything would have been updated, everything would have been on point from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Everything will show across the board. Everything will look good, right? Everything will be accurate. But since they didn't, you want to have that document. And then once you got that document, then you can leverage the laws to get in your favor. Woo.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right, next question. What's up?
For you guys who are asking questions, I'm starting it, and Dave's going to get to it in order.
I'm trying to dispute Panda, Dave. Hopefully it works out. It will work out as long as you commit to it. I'm telling you. Just keep on going, all right? It might not happen the first time, and I'm not trying to I'm getting paid. It might not happen the second, third, fourth, fifth time, right? But if you know credit is you need it, just continue working on it, right? Until it gets better, because eventually one day you wake up with an 800 credit score. It might take you 2 years, but now you have the information, you have the tools, you have the resources, you got everything you need to go ahead and do what you need to do to leverage that credit score, right? You got all the information. So continue working on it. Don't give up. Don't quit. It might take 2 years, 2 years and a half, a year and a half. It might take whatever. But eventually that time is going to pass, whether you do it or not. So continue working on it, because credit is credibility. And once you have good credibility with the banks, you can have whatever you want. And if you know what to do with it right, that's why you're here. Sky's the limit.
Hey, hello, Dave.
What's up?
Miss Baker didn't call me. No, I'm joking. No, we good. So I got somebody, Dave, that I might want to bring up.
What's up?
Updo TV. Hey, do you got Dave on Instagram? He was the one that was talking about business credit, and I can give him a little something.
Do you guys do credit repair? So we don't fix somebody's credit, and the reason why we don't fix people's credit is because the CFPB is actively going after people because there's a law in place that technically you're not allowed to do people's credit. I mean, you're allowed to do it, but you got to wait 6 months to collect the payment. And there are other like telecommunication rules that they got going on. So they're actively going after people that's violating those laws. So we stopped that process and was like, all right, what can we do better, right? And that's when we was like, all right, let's just teach people how to do it themselves, give them the information, give them the tools and resources, because if they can do it, I mean, if we can do it, and I know how much power you guys have, you can do it 10 times better because you have the information, the tools, the resources, and you'll be able to constantly be on the credit bureau's neck, right? So that's the reason why we want you guys to do it, because once you learn how to do it, hey, you good.
Yeah, and
and I also say I'm glad this happened, because what I realized is if we fix your credit, that means you can mess it up again, and we fix it again, and you ain't gonna learn your lesson. So, not saying things don't happen, but if you learn to do something and it causes you pain, it's never gonna happen again. Just like if you let your gas go all the way to E, and you know that at a certain point this car is gonna shut off, you ain't gonna never let that happen again. I did that before. I always test the limits. I'm no, I ain't gonna never, once I get right here, I ain't gonna never do this again, because I ain't pushing my car again, right? So, same thing when it comes to credit. So that's the reason why we don't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hey, my bad.
Oh, no, you good, bro. I'm about to.
The link I got from the text back didn't take me to Dispute Panda. The reason why I didn't take you to Dispute Panda is because it took you to something else, so you can leverage that to go into to use Dispute Panda as well. Help me.
Yeah. It was a misunderstanding. The link was for credit monitoring. Yeah. So if you watch the video, then you know credit monitoring will show you all the data points for your credit. Dispute Panda is a separate software than the credit monitoring. Does that make sense? So a lot of people were texting us back saying, "Hey, this don't take me to Dispute Panda. It's not supposed to. It's a separate thing." Yeah. Once you get the credit monitoring, Dominique, I don't know if it's still active. He was giving out free attacks if you use the link. If you text, if you don't know, go back to the other live and then you'll see Dominique talking about it. But once you sign up for the Dispute Panda, you'll get your credit reports. And then you take your credit reports and you upload them to the Dispute Panda. And then that's when.
Yes, I did follow CFPB aware, so thank you. They did not send monetary and still some stayed on, right? Hey, congratulations on getting some results. Congratulations on, everybody don't get paid, but you got the deletion. You got some things removed. Now, what you want to do is call the credit bureaus and get that investigation, that the things that got removed, so you can use that as leverage to get the other accounts removed from the other credit bureaus.
Hey, so, DJ, I messaged you. I don't know if that's really you, but I messaged you. If that's not you, that's going to be a very awkward conversation.
Hey, you take it tonight. You want to do it one more time? Hey, you got to knock the credit bureaus out one time.
Yes, sir.
Hey. So, I have I think we already answered that one. 80 paydebt score. So, you got an 80 paydebt score. It's not going to help you. But if you fix your credit and leverage your credit to get business credit, that will help you. Now, if your goal is like real estate, trying to flip homes and things like that, of course, that will help, because you can get Home Depot cards, you can get Lowe's and things like that, right? And you can leverage that to go flip a house. But of course, you still want to have more capital.
Oh, hold on, Dave. I got a kind of quiz for y'all. Okay, somebody said, so what the clear path? I guess so. You're confused. Do you guys remember back in Dave's videos, he showed y'all the 7-step method we used to run our whole company? Does anybody here remember the 7 steps, or even part like the first part of the 7 steps? Or do we need to bring that back so you guys can understand? Drop a 7 in the chat if y'all need us to bring that back, because we stopped saying it because we thought y'all watched the videos. So what I think is happening, Dave, is we got a lot of new people mixing in with the old people. So when we say stuff, the old people.
Yeah, sometimes, and I was making videos back to back, so I don't really show.
So let me see
the path.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll include it with the new videos. But you have the 7-step path printed out? I thought we had it.
I
You got a
do.
picture of it, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring it up, trying to see
Hey,
where it's
hey.
at
Okay.
on my computer.
You bring it back. Yeah. So it's simple. It's it's, it's analyze your credit report. It's hush the snitches. Well, hold on. Remove the personal information. Hush the snitches.
Uh-huh.
And hold on, Dave. Let me see if I get it. That's 4. Yeah, I don't know.
Elijah credit report.
I thought we were supposed to do
You
this.
did it. Well, I always say like figure out what you want first.
Oh, somebody said they get it. I think I jogged somebody's memory. But yeah, I don't forgot about it, bro. I'm like, we made those videos a long time ago, and it's one of the most popular videos. So I thought people would just watch it. But I apologize for assuming, because you know what that does.
Yeah. So step one is determine what you really want, right? Because a lot of people have goals, right? And the reason why this is what started me on the journey of fixing credit. Like I wanted a house, but I had bad credit, right? So I took the necessary steps to clean up my credit to qualify for the home. So most people, they get denied for something, and that will get them on the path of fixing their credit, right? They're like, "Damn, I got denied. Like, what I got to do to fix it? What are the steps and things like that?" So determine what you really want, right? Because once you figure out what you really want, you're gonna be obsessed. Like, yo, I really want this car, so I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to fix my credit to get this car, right? And then you have the feeling, and then that goes away, and then you want something else. So, what feeling do you have, or what do you really want? And once you figure out what you really want, next, what you want to do is download your credit report, right? Go to Identity IQ. The link is going to be in the description. Once you download your credit report, you're going to see like everything that's going on with your credit report. You're going to see the derogatory items. You're going to see the positive stuff. You're going to see inquiries. You're going to see a lot of things going on, right? But most importantly, what I want you to do is analyze it. By analyzing it, you want to look at like every specific detail, right, on your credit report, because not with just the open stuff, um, the collections, the charge off, the bankruptcy, the eviction, student loans, some of the stuff that's messed up, right? You want to analyze everything, right? But we're only going to focus on the negative stuff, right? Now, after you clean up your personal, after you analyze, next what you want to do is clean up your personal information, because 99% of your people skip this step, but you're not going to, right? So personal information, everything's attached to your personal information, right? And what we realized was we got a crazy story. Mike got a crazy story, man. It's funny. His dad, well, he got a junior. I'm a junior. So there's a lot of information that if you're a junior, you might get attached. Well, you might have stuff of your father or your parents' stuff on your credit report as well. So most importantly, what you want to do is detach some of that information, right? And clean up that personal information, those collections, those charge offers attached to old addresses that you lived 5, 10 years ago, right? So you want to remove that. We're making it hard for the credit bureaus to do their job, just like they make it hard for us. So our goal is to make it hard for them. So remove the personal information. After you remove the personal information, you hush the snitches, right? And you also dispute with the snitches, right? LexisNexis, Corelight, SafeStream, Innovis, all those different people are talking, right? And selling your information. So you want to opt out pre-screen of getting those pre-approval offers. The reason why you want to opt out is because you're going to get tempted to get one of those First Premier credit cards, or those, I ain't going to curse on here. You're going to get tempted to get one of those credit cards that you don't need. So we tell you to opt out because we don't want you to get tempted. We don't want you to do the certain things. So after you do that, then you set the credit bureaus up, either using Dispute Panda or the secret letter, right? So the goal is to get the official document stating that everything, of course, the goal is to get the thing removed. But the next goal is to get an official document saying that everything was verified. The reason why you want to get that document is because you can leverage the laws. You can leverage the laws after that. And once you get that document, you can leverage 15 USC 1681 I-5, number 7, depending on what you get back. And that's the reason why we want you to go in that process. And after that is, of course, knock them out, right? And in the meantime, while you're waiting those 30 days, you want to be building your credit report up, right? Credit is credibility. If you don't have credibility, then you ain't good in these banks. And if you ain't good in these banks, you ain't getting no money, right? So we need credit for apartment. We need credit for insurance. We need credit for a cell phone. We need credit for a job now. We need credit for everything. So fix your credit is a direct reflection of how you manage your money. If you think I'm lying, hey, I know, because I was bad with money, right? So I was like, yo, I get paid, I get my check from the Navy on the 1st and the 15th. I know I'm guaranteed to take care of what I need to take care of. But if you wanna fix your credit, look at where your money's going. Because once you understand where your money's going, you're like, dang, man, I could cut back here and there, and I could save a little bit right here. I could put money right here to take care of this, or build up my credit, or add rent reporters, rental karma, and these certain things to build up my credit. Go to this credit union, drop $200-300 to get a secure loan from a credit union, so I can then, once my credit is straight, I can then apply for a credit card. That's what you want to be doing in those 30 days as you're waiting. And after those 30 days come, once you get your investigation, that's when you leverage the laws, right? And after you leverage the laws, you just go to the CFPB, BBB, Attorney General, and continue combating with them every single time, right? Hey, the book is dropping soon, so y'all gotta have us. Whew.
Yeah, y'all gonna have all our stories and stuff too. But I wanna like go back too, because I'm very, 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 very blunt. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't want y'all to hear what I'm not saying. My mentor used to say that. A lot of you guys are gonna fail. A lot of you guys are not gonna fail. But the people who are going to win, I'm gonna tell you how you know you're gonna win. If you're on this live and you told somebody that, hey, I think this guy can help me fix my credit, or if you're on this live and you already fixed your credit and you sent somebody Dave's information, they did not watch it, and you start to move a little bit different because these people ain't really trying to save themselves, drop a 7 in the chat if that's you. That's how you know that you're going to make it. Some of you guys are, going to try a couple times, but the people who are separating themselves, for the people who don't want to get better, are the people who are going to win in the end. You want to know how I know?
I dropped the video. Will, I think it's Will, right?
Yeah, Will. A lot of you guys.
His story is like what Mike is saying. He started fixing. He's like, yo, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to fix my credit. It started working, and he wanted to help other people, but everybody else didn't want to be helped. And he realized that those ain't his real friends, because eagles fly with eagles, chickens fly with chickens. Or they don't even fly.
Chickens can't fly.
Right? They stay with chickens, right? My dad always say, birds of a feather flock together. And if you're around the wrong type of people, then you're going to be doing the same thing. So once you change your environment, you change your life. Whew. So with that being said, like when you're on this journey of fixing your credit, some people are going to be with you, some people ain't. But the people that ain't, hey, you just got to push them to the side. Hey, let them do them. You do you. You level up. If they still want the information, send them the link. Then, just like I said, I couldn't go back to my mentor if I didn't read those 3 books, because I wasn't going to be able to communicate effectively with them so he can help me get to where I need to be.
Yep.
Same thing. You're not going to be able to talk to this person no more, because there are certain things that some information that you got. You're not going to be able to do it because you see that they're on that path and you're on this path. And you're like, yo, you don't really want that path no more. So you're going to start like, so that's what Mike's saying. I ain't going to go on the tangent.
What's up, Ms. Martinez? But yeah, like.
When disputing, does TransUnion verify with the other 2 bureaus, or they're supposed, they don't verify, but they're supposed to communicate on some of the stuff that they did. But
hey, Dave, hold on.
They didn't do it. Huh?
Can I tell them how they communicate?
Can you tell them how they communicate?
Yeah, with each other.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Metro 2. Metro 2.
Yeah.
A lot of people get Metro 2 confused with the disputing process, but Metro 2 is just how computers speak to each other. The ones and zeros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they communicate with the like 0, whatever their code they got. That's how they communicate. They supposed to communicate, but we already know they didn't. The only time they communicate is when, let's say you have a fraud alert now. They're going to TransUnion, Experian, like somehow you have a fraud alert on TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax get it. But when they delete something, they don't get it. I don't understand.
We know why. They'll do their job.
Facts.
All right. But yeah, also let's go ahead and keep answering some of these questions. I try to bring Updo TV on, but we're gonna talk to him offline after this.
Okay. We'll come up on the next one. Dave helping us one more pro step at a time. Let me see. 777. Hey, they know what you talking about, Mike.
Yeah. But as you know, it's 91 people on here. Only 3 people drop 7s. So that I can't make this up, but it is what it is.
Dave also dropped. Oh yeah, I try to positive things. Staying positive. My goal is like help the world, help people improve their credit, leverage it so they can get income producing assets. That's gonna pay them over and over, right? So I want to stay positive. I want you to get that message like, yo, don't quit, don't stop, keep going. Some days going to feel worse than others, but if you continue on your journey, the story is going to be so powerful to help somebody else, and you can carry them along the way. Because whatever you're going through, somebody else is about to go through that same thing. But if they could get some encouragement words from a person like you that know what they've been through or they're going through, it's a win-win for everybody, right? Hey, we all created in God's eye. You all created in God's image. So the goal is to help and serve people, and I'm just doing my purpose, right? Hey, Dave, do you teach on what to do with the bag when eventually you get creditized? Yes. I just don't talk about it a lot because once I try to do it, but the algorithm don't work for me when I talk about that. So
can I explain that to him?
Go ahead.
So because we are a credit channel, if we talk about anything other than credit, YouTube don't push it that far. So Dave did like 2 videos and they completely bombed, but the information was so good. Like we try to tell everybody we're gonna change, but we're gonna gradually do it. But I think these lives are where we can do it because the places we go, we don't see many Black people. Hold on, let me say this. I gotta set some context. So some of the people that we follow are just influencers masquerading as business owners. But those influencers left a cheat code. If you figure out who the influencers mentors are, you'll notice that the mentors are teaching the influencers how to be influencers. But they are learning from the real people at the top. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but you guys are going to see ads on our video with people with awards in the background. All you have to do is find out who is giving out these awards, and then you'll find the real person that'll teach you how to get the bag.
Mm-hmm. So, Revelation TV, after you get your credit lines, it's dependent on what you're trying to do, right? So everybody's here to serve a different purpose on this earth, right? So based off of your purpose, based off of like what you want to do with this credit, right? Now, I always say use your credit to invest into income producing assets, right? And if you're going to invest into a mentor, make sure you do your homework and they're not going to take your money, right? Because we already know that this is going to be your hard-earned money. And if you use me and Michael was talking about this earlier, if you use your hard-earned money to invest into something that's a scam, it felt like your life was just taken. Like, whew, I can't believe this happened to me. So do your research, but most importantly, invest your credit lines into real estate or yourself, your business, right? To grow your business, to serve and help more people. 2 things, right? Those are 2 assets. Or if you like, because there's multiple things, right? But most importantly, invest into your business, leverage your credit to invest into your business to grow it more so you can get more clients, so you can get paid. Or if you're about that life and you're on a long-term game, invest it into real estate assets and let the long-term play. But make sure the house, I don't say get no raggedy house. I always tell people get new construction homes, right? Because you don't want to deal with all the foolishness, right? And also get a manager to manage the home so you don't have to deal with it as well. So you have to deal with the headaches. That's what you want to do. You want to get assets that's going to pay you every single month, and your business is going to pay you every single day, and your house is going to pay you. But if you buy businesses, that's just another job. I ain't gonna say another job. That's a lot more. But it takes time if you have more money.
Yeah, my bad. I want to interrupt you. Y'all keep dropping the same questions. We're gonna get to the questions. We only have 14 questions so far, so we're gonna answer them in order. So y'all don't have to keep dropping them. We just marking them as we go. But I got a question for you though, Dave, and because we got two different philosophies about business, which ultimately came together, right? I don't think anybody should use credit for their business. I personally believe that if you can't make money in your business before taking a loan, you're not gonna make money if you get a loan in most businesses.
So get it out of context. My bad.
Yeah.
Start making money first. And that's why I said use the credit lines to scale your business so you can pay for ads or pay for certain things to get more eyes on what you're doing. So make money first. Make sure you have a consistent process of making money. It's flowing. The only thing now you need is more eyes on what you're doing. So that's how and then you leverage your credit to invest into your business. So
Hey,
you can take the money, pay it back, so you can get more and continue doing the same process over and over.
Hey, Ashley L, I didn't see your question. Can you post it again?
Adam, okay, so goes because I talked to you a couple months ago. I locked my profile. ARS license, send the letter to the CRAs. Hey, good job, Adam. I don't know if you have a question. I just started. That's my bad.
Oh yeah. We try not to do one-on-ones because we like to do one-to-many. So if we can answer your question, some people like we'll invite y'all if y'all want to come up and talk to us, y'all can come up and talk to us as well. Because we feel like if we have a conversation in front of 10,000 people, those 10,000 people can be heard. I mean, can hear the information. So
the question that you asked and help other people as well. They came back verifies when a lot of even you see what to do. So if your accounts came back verified, the next thing you want to do is ask them how they verify the accounts, like what process they use. The reason why you want to ask that specific question is because you want to go to the law. 15 U.S.C. 1681, I number 7. They have to provide you instructions on how they verify that account. Like, what did they do? A description of everything that happened or how they verified it. In 15 days, they're supposed to provide it. Let the 15 days pass, because that's another law they violated. And then that's when you want to leverage CFPB. Everything is in the thing. We just leverage the procedure. So just leverage that next law. And then after that, you want to leverage number 5, 15 U.S.C. 1681, I-5, and that one, and S-2. But use number 5 first. I don't know what that question is. Clean up old addresses, old and first help me remove things more easily. Something everyone can do with ease. Yeah, so clean up your personal information, right? Is part of the process, right? Now you're not gonna get all your addresses removed one time, right? But continue removing them and continue disputing, right? Continue cleaning up that, right? Because most importantly, when the lender looks at your credit report and they see that you have 1,000 addresses, they're gonna see that this person is unstable. So the goal is to have like 2 addresses on your credit report, where you are and like where you've been like previously, right? And you just want to have one phone number and one job history on your credit report, right? Not 2, 3 spouse here and everything on your credit report, right? This is your life and your profile. So first name, last name correct, address correct, phone number is correct, and your job history is correct. And every now and then, if you want to add a fraud alert, not fraud alert, if you want to add like a freeze, a lock, you can get like Experian freeze, lock up your credit profile. So like nobody can ever take anything. And if you're older and you feel like, all right, people are trying to steal my credit, you can add a fraud alert. And then add in that fraud alert, you want to put your phone number. So if anything somebody ever try to apply for something, they have to call you first. Right. So that's how you protect your credit, right? If you're doing things or if you're on deployment or you're going away, like they have to call you before they can open up that line. But sometimes they will deny you. So like if you're trying to get something like you really want, remove the fraud alert so you won't get denied at all, even though if you have amazing credit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so. As a member of your, I didn't do everything. Yes.
Gregory, if you are a member of the presidential club, your coach ain't supposed to help you dispute. You're supposed to come to the classes on Mondays.
Yeah.
I
Coach
will.
supposed to help you do
I'm.
something.
I'll analyze that. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna send. I'm gonna send it to Ann.
You got a picture?
No, not yet. I'm about to take it. Give me a second.
All right. Do you have a special training for business credit? I like business lines of credits. So for a business line of credit, like certain banks, like we talk about this all the time, right? Certain banks pull from certain bureaus, right? So depending on how much you're trying to get, that's not depending on how much. It's just like if your credit is good, you can apply. Like we tell you to go with Chase first, go to Amex, and then just continue adding after that, right? Chase is bougie, so you got to get the person that's going to deny you. If you have too many credit cards, first knock them out, and then you want to go to all the big banks, right? American Express, Chase, U.S. Bank, Bank of America, Truist, all these big banks you want to go to first because they're going to give you the most. But credit unions are really, really good for like that's going to give you like 20, 30, $40,000 in credit, depending on like what credit union. But go to the big banks first, and then second, go to the credit union. You should be creating relationships with credit unions. So I always tell people to go inside a credit union, talk to them because they have the ability to prove you on spot. A branch manager. Most banks gotta call somebody or do something, but a branch manager got real power.
Yeah. So when you guys are applying for credit cards and stuff too, I can give y'all a little tip. Um, at the top, when you're applying for something, right? You always got a URL, right? And some banks don't even control their credit card. They don't control their credit cards. They outsource it.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think you'll be talking to somebody from that company, but really the person that has access to the credit cards are another company.
Yeah.
So, and I ain't want to air no. So let's say the credit union is partnered with this company that only supply credit cards. They merge. They do business together. So when you apply for credit cards, keep that in mind too. And this is why. This is why. Well, big banks normally do it, but this is why you should go into credit unions because credit unions most likely own their card processors. They own the credit cards. They own the debt. They own all this stuff. So with that being said, this is why when you go into a credit union, somebody there, if they got the title, they can approve you right there on the spot. And I got approved just from being in the military one time. I almost can guarantee because my credit went where it's supposed to be. And then I had a fraud alert on my credit report because I was fixing my credit too. And then the lady did some magic, man, gave me a credit card. I walk out the door. But go ahead,
Are
go ahead.
credit cards worth applying to when building your credit? No. When you're building credit, I mean, when you're fixing your credit, you shouldn't be applying for like major credit cards because the major credit cards most likely deny you if you don't have like over a 700 plus credit score. So what I teach people is get like credit builder, like rent reporters, rental karma, self, these different places, or go to a credit union, get a secured loan because most of the time they got a credit program and they don't do a credit check, right? They do have secured credit cards, but sometimes they do a credit check. But I know for secured loans, most of the time they don't do it. So that's why you want to build with that first. Once you have that credibility and you remove everything else, then you apply for credit cards, right? We get too greedy at first, like yo, I'm gonna apply for a credit card. We get approved for a good $1,000 and think we did something. But if you just waited a little longer, right? Delayed gratification, just like 12 months, you'd have probably got a $20,000 credit card. So just wait until your credit score is above a 700 and then apply for a bag. Don't go for it too early, but also know what you're going to do with this credit. A lot of people get credit cards, and go right back. Let me tell you this first. Don't get don't get personal credit, get business credit. But don't get business credit if you don't have a plan on what to do with it.
Oh yeah. Worst thing you want to do is mess up business credit because it follows you.
You don't want to get credit. Like if you like, I'm good. Hey, just continue building credibility with the banks until you have a real clear path on what you're gonna do with this credit. All right, don't go mess it up. That's why I want y'all got. I want you to fix your own credit. You ain't gonna mess it up again because you already went through the process. All right, do you guys talk about deleting student loans? Student loans. So people don't understand that. Student loans, collection. I ain't gonna say collections. Student loan, charge off, eviction, bankruptcy. I ain't gonna say bankruptcy. Repossession, because bankruptcy got a different process. Like you can use my method, but you can also use like a specific method on getting bankruptcy removed. But student loan, charge off, eviction, a repossession, those things follow my 7-step process. Like if you have a collection, you want to hit up our team because we have a specific process on how to remove collections, right? Or you want to watch Mike's video. He dropped it earlier on this week on how to remove a collection, right? So there's a specific procedure when it comes to, like, you can use the same thing I teach, but we learn something, and as we learn something, we want to show you all on how to remove collections. But student loans, the same way. If they have misinformation on your credit report when it comes to student loans, you get it removed. Whether it's open or closed, it can come off. But I say don't remove your student loans if you have like good age, you've been paying on time, don't mess with it. But if you have like a whole bunch of late payments, then go ahead and do what you need to do. I think.
Oh, somebody said they want a mentor. It's a couple good ones out there.
What kind of mentor are you looking for? We could point you in the right direction.
Yeah, Lady Legend, what kind of mentor are you looking for?
The bureau that deleted some stuff sent me a letter of the items deleted. So use that as leverage to get the other bureaus. Correct.
Just make sure to show all the delete.
And y'all see that you got a loan service. I can let you know that if you're making a lot of money with your lawn care business, I'm assuming that you are. You can also teach other people on how to start a lawn care business. Right? You can show them the ways that you did so they don't have to do the same thing. Or like create videos. You don't have to sell them. You can create videos on like what do you do to upkeep lawn? Like what are the things? And guess what? People are going to reach out to you. And that's when you create a digital product to help them take care of their lawn, right? Take care of their garden, take care of everything, what they need to do to remove the weeds out the grass, like all that, right? How to edge it up, make it look crisp, like like this haircut right here. So everything, you can come up with like videos teaching on YouTube. Like you can make one video a month. Just provide the information. Let me see. Let me get off track. As a member, already there. I'm gonna start these. If I disputed a collection but didn't get results, should I send the company a debt validation, set them up with a dispute letter if I'm using Dispute Panda for a collection? How you want to do this, Mike?
If I dispute a collection, it can results. Send a company a debt validation letter.
Dang, it's almost 8 o'clock.
No, dang. I don't know. I'm torn. I would say watch my video. Watch the video that I put out yesterday. And
yeah,
then a couple days ago. Use Dispute Panda to do it. Just use the same method I use, and then see what happens. My story gonna be grand, and y'all part of it. I hope it's a good one. Where your credit score at?
She about to tear it up.
Oh yeah.
I seen
Actually, we getting to you, golly. Oh my goodness, bro, we about to get in trouble. Look, nah, Ashley on our butts.
Who's Ashley?
In the comments.
Oh, what's her question? I don't see no Ashley.
Oh, she said something about her information being compromised. How could she use it? It's starred. It's just kind of at the bottom.
Oh, let me see.
Go to the start section.
Okay. My information was compromised from data breach, and I just found out. They sent me a letter that all my personal information was compromised. Cannot use a letter to get a negative item removed. If your information was compromised, like your information, can you be more like what happened? Actually, like your information was compromised, but also did anything open up in your name? But if nothing was opened up in your name, yes, just use that letter, file a complaint with a CFPB, lock up your credit profile, add a fraud alert, put your phone number, do the necessary steps to prevent anything from happening. Actually, so I will add a freeze, I will add a fraud alert, I will add certain things on my credit report, and I'll make sure that nobody else opens up any accounts without calling me first.
Yeah, quite frankly, we all probably been in a data breach. Every single last one of you on this, me and Dave included. T-Mobile had a data breach. Equifax had another one. As part of the process for the credit bureaus, they're supposed to be checking all relevant information. And until you go to court with them, you would then realize that they don't do their job. So many cases have been thrown out of court because the credit bureaus don't do their job properly. It's just we have no way of showing you guys because most people take the settlement, and when you take the settlement, you can't talk about it. Because I ain't take no settlement. I don't care about talking about it a little bit, but I don't have no actual documents to show y'all.
I wanted to join. You wanted to join what TV? Hey. Let me show on checking all these things.
Oh yeah. He wanted to join the when I hit him up on Instagram.
Is it true that nobody will be able to provide information because there's no one office but computers? So there are people there, but there are more computers than humans, and some of the humans don't work. They're overseas and things like that. So they're not going to be able to. They would never really do their job, which is follow the laws, right? And that's why, it's so imperative to do what you need to do, so you can file a complaint with a CFPB. Because CFPB be on them, so one thing for sure, and they be hitting them over the head for some money. So that's why we want y'all to be really, really aggressive. But you got to have the evidence first. Evidence, ain't no he say, she say, right? You already know that going to court, brother. Hey. So the goal is to have evidence. Once you have the evidence and support documents, hey, it's all game over after that. Hit the link. Yeah.
Hey, good look, Vladimir. Hey, that's my boy, bro.
Where can you find the bylaws?
Laws in.
All right, so Google Lady Legend 15 USC 1681, right? That's the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's the whole act. And then 15 USC 1681 I is the procedure the credit bureaus have to follow. And then and there are other things they, of course, in there as well. And then if you want to use for debt for the collection agencies, right? You want to go to 15 USC 1692 and read some of those laws as well. I have an eviction and it was paid in all 3 reports, and now my landlord just evicted me wrongly and I have 3 days to leave. Is there anything I can do to help me apply for something else? I don't have eviction. It was paid on all 3 reports, and now my landlord just, I'm confused. So if you paid if you paid why they're evicting you, is there anything I can do to help me apply for something else? We gotta talk.
Yeah, because it's hard because credit is one of those things that you don't know you need it until you need it, like oxygen.
Yeah.
Right. Like every day, we walk around yo, we don't even care about oxygen like that until you're drowning. So credit repair is something like that. I want to say we can help you, but most likely we probably can't because
it's too late.
Yeah, it's kind of too late because 3 days is tough time to do anything. Like if you send your letters to the credit, I mean, they ain't even gonna get there in 3 days. But if you file through CFPB, they got 15 days to even respond. So I really wish we could help, but I don't think there's anything we can do in this situation.
Yeah, we can't. I never like helped anybody in the situation, so I don't know what advice to give you. Only thing I know is how to remove it off your credit report. So I don't even know.
Yeah. Hey, Russell, I'm not using my YouTube channel. I'm just piggybacking off Dave's channel. So we dropped the video 2 days ago.
Yeah, Tuesday.
So
Yeah.
Go back and look at the latest
You should
video.
see it. There's Mike looking at a book, fair.
Yeah, so Dave is gonna focus on the FCRA. I believe I'm gonna focus on the FCRA. And if you guys keep talking about business stuff, then we're gonna have to start a business channel too. So y'all how to be millionaires or something.
Who would you recommend to use mentor Mike?
Lady Legend. What business do you want to try to start? And I can give you a recommendation.
I think I answered that question about the laws. Okay.
Use the 7-step process. Call the 3 credit bureaus. Utilize dispute Panda.
Right.
Oh, how long?
How long you been disputing? Because if you tell me 2 months, I'm gonna say do it for 12 months.
Yeah. I be honest, y'all. I wish y'all get y'all results on the first round, but the credit bureaus then.
You still do accountability, Raymond? Yes. So if you join the presidential program, we do accountability calls 2 times a month, and then you also get like a personal, not personal. You get a coach to also keep you accountable as well throughout the process. I have 7 years with Cap One, no late payments until January 20th. It's hurting my score, and they won't take it off. Had surgery in November, paid October. But before the statement closed, Cap One won't take it off. What do I do? If you have one late payment, have you tried to dispute it, Trisha? Yeah.
She said,
because I think you said you paid it. You took care. I mean, like if you paid it and they didn't, and it's reporting late, like you can dispute it. So have you tried to dispute? But that's why I would like call them. Not call them. Try to dispute it. Prove that you was on time. Use the CFPB and use that as leverage if you paid it because you have a case. Like it's hard to if you didn't pay it. Let's say you did miss a payment and you never paid it, and you try to say, "Yo, I did pay it." Like going back and forth, it's gonna take a minute to get it removed. All right, it took when we was picking somebody's credit, it took like 6, 7, 8 months to remove one late payment off a credit report. I don't know how long it's gonna take for you, but it's gonna take a minute. It might happen on the first month, but it might take 6 months. It might take 12 months. Ain't no guarantee. But like I said, I continue fighting that one late payment, but also build other credibility as well. All right, I think. What is the name of Mike's? Oh, I already answered that. What about closed accounts? So if you have closed accounts, TT, I wouldn't suggest you mess with it unless it's derogatory. It's the same process on how to remove your accounts as well. If it's derogatory, you go through the same exact process. But if it's like good and standards, I wouldn't touch it. Like, is there a way other than letters? The CFPB.
Yeah, use the CFPB. Use the
why you want to leverage letters is because you want to have tracking. Because it's gonna say you're gonna say that I disputed, but it never got there, or something like that. So that's why you want to have like those documents, those official documents. Yes, I know it's painful, but if you dispute Panda, to type up your letters and do everything and make it much quicker. when it comes to like doing that process. Whew, I can. What if it was deleted then verified and back on the profile? So 15 USC 1681 I-5 I think B. If it reappeared, there's a procedure they have to follow, and also the CFPB also have a part where you can leverage that as well and use that law plus the CFPB to file your complaint. So you get that off. Show for eviction, having her look around her area. There are nonprofits who might be able to. I don't think that she's had a problem to.
No. I think he's saying that because she have a paid eviction, people want to see her eviction, so they might not take her seriously. You know what I'm saying? If she get evicted, but I put this on here so old girl can see it because I really think this is good information because I didn't know there were nonprofits that can help you get into different areas just in case of eviction or something.
Mm-hmm.
So good luck, Fernando.
Sure. The other reason my score went up 100 points in less than a month and a half. Got everything deleted off Equifax. Struggling with TransUnion. Completely. But thanks a bunch of guys. Congratulations. As y'all can see. Now, a month. That ain't gonna happen for everybody, but like just continue working on your credit. It's gonna pay off.
Hey, hold on. I gotta tell her, you lucky. Like me and Dave knew how to fix credit, right? And then like when we fix all our credit at the same time, I think we fixed my credit, Dave's credit, and my wife's credit. Her credit was good before me and Dave. And it just encouraged us to keep going. But then, Dave's credit got good and my credit got good, but mine took like 12 months. But it's the same process. Just keep doing the process because what's happening is the credit bureaus or whoever's doing let's say the credit bureaus, they basically violating the law every time they don't really do an investigation. So if you guys keep going, you have like 12 months of them violating you, and then all you got to do really is just get a lawyer at that point and be like, hey, I've been doing this, I've been using these steps, and if you can verbalize what laws these people broke, man, an attorney gonna take your case because they already know what you're talking about, and that's one of the hidden gems that we don't really talk about yet, but we're gonna get to it.
Hey Maria, remove that account. And I know you can focus on trying to remove late payments. Just remove the account, man. And Indigo is a trash credit card and first another thing. So they got too many high fees on hidden, like all that extra stuff. So you might as well remove the card, close it. Hang on. Let's remove it off your credit report.
Yeah, it's a trash card. But you look up who the CEO, not CEO. Look up a high level executive of the company, and you can probably email them too. I think people was getting results like that, like they'll search the Because think about it, bro. If you own a company and then somebody say, "Hey, man, I got a late payment I've been trying to remove, just one," they probably gonna call down.
750. Get your credit score to above a 750. You got to have some positive accounts on your credit report. Reporting for like 2 or plus, I'm gonna say at least 2 years, but you want to have a lot of on-time payments and a lot of accounts on your credit report, right? Because age matter, credit mix matters, all those different things matter. If you got a 642, you probably have some utilization, like you have some high utilization. You probably have some negative accounts, right? So remove some of those negative accounts, clean up what you need to clean up, pay down your credit cards, and then add some positive accounts, and then eventually you'll have a 750, right? But the 750 ain't the goal. The goal is to have a lot of accounts that's either paid off or still paying, still open, and continue paid on time, right? The credit report is what matters. The credit score don't. If you have 100 accounts on your credit report versus a person that only have one with a 750, guess who that person going with? The lender's going with the person that got 100 accounts, right? So the goal is to build up a nice looking credit profile. Like, yo, this person paid on time with this credit card. This person's good with this loan. This person's good with this. They paid off this. They did this. Like, build that up. Your credit score is going to reflect on that. That's my advice, my 2 cents. Damn, where the question came from?
I don't know. Everybody just started asking that one.
I started my first dispute. Now I'm on the second. Nothing changed. Score dropped like 47 points. If nothing changed, this is what I tell people. Don't focus on the credit score, because if you remove everything off your credit profile and you add positive things on your credit profile, you're going to see your credit score be where it needs to be. Your credit score is going to fluctuate up and down until everything's removed. You probably get one thing removed. You get some things that happen. So just know that your credit score, this is all part of the process. Your credit score is going to go up and down, up and down. But once you get everything off, you're going to be good.
Hey, Dave, hold on, Dave. Can I say something real quick? I'm sorry. Somebody asked, was the tumbler available, right? This one right here, the Credit is Life. We used to give out this box right here for our people. Yeah, we were thinking about bringing it back. We did free plus shipping, and what we gave was, Dave always say you gotta get something to drink, right? Ooh, that's crazy. And then we gave out this book because Dave used to say, hey, get your pen, get your paper, and you gotta get something to drink. And then we had a pen too. Oh yeah, this right here. This pen. If y'all want one, let me know in the chat so I can see. Because
I think we still got boxes. We
still got boxes. We just stopped giving them away because I forgot why.
Yeah, we changed up stuff.
I think nobody said nothing. So what we was doing was, if you sign up for one of our programs, we sent you this box with everything in
it. Boy.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope for a minute. It was hitting. But I think we might need to do it free plus shipping again, so everybody can write down your disputes or keep track of your time or whatever. But yeah, so I thought it was funny. I thought it was good, but I don't think people liked it like that. But if y'all want one, just let us know.
I'll send my first. First off, you guys are dope.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, appreciate you. The power of method.
MOV? Oh yeah. So the method of verification letter. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So the method of verification, there's a law, right? The law is 15 USC 1681 I-7. And the credit bureaus are supposed to provide a description of everything that happened when they investigated your accounts. So that's the law you want to use to ask them to explain on what they did. And they're supposed to provide that document to you in 15 days. And if they don't, that's a violation. So that's why we tell people to tell them to ask them how they verify the accounts. You could be like, based off of this laws, hey, I just want to know what you did to verify the accounts. It can be that simple. And they're supposed to provide you something.
Can I say something, Dave, before you go to the next one? Just remember, y'all, everybody in this chat is on like different stages. Some of you guys on like round 7, and now you get the results. And some of you guys on round 1, and then you're like, I ain't get no results. It ain't work. And some of you guys probably are like round 13. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't dictate what the credit bureaus do, but we know you're being violated because the laws state that if you send in this letter, they're supposed to do this. And some of you guys are sending in method of validation letters, and what they're sending back is a signed contract, which is not what you asked for. But if you don't know what method of verification is or what they should send back, then you don't know that you're being violated. You just are kind of up in the air about it.
I can't get this Calvary collection off my system.
Hey, follow my video that I put out, like step by step. I give you all the words and everything. Just don't copy the words all the way. Just use them.
Add your story.
I don't know his name.
I have one collection. So Mike got a video. Damn, you know what? Can we just post a video? Let me find it. I got it right here. I got y'all.
Yeah, so I went really in detail about some of the laws with the FDCPA, which is for collections specifically. And what I realized is a lot of you guys are getting violated like all the time. And I'm like, how are you guys getting violated? But I do understand that we do not.
If you have a collection, watch that video. I'm also pinning it to the comments, the top comment. So people that's rewatching it, they can also watch it as well. So if you have a collection, just watch that video. Go ahead, let me see. I disputed address for 12 months, but it's tied to one account on Experian. So if you have account, like how did you dispute it? Did you send a letter off? Did you go on Experian and dispute it, or try to dispute? Like, what did you do? What have you done so far? But have you tried to leverage the CFPB as well?
Yeah, I think we need more information on how you dispute it so we can give a clear, better answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, thanks for that.
So I recently had one thing off, 2 deleted off my report through CFPB. I'm going to do it again. Set then remove next. Thanks, Mike's. You not care. You not run the play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you doing a CFPB play about a video I just made. Let me know how that goes for you. And if you don't,
close accounts, it's closed on both Experian and Equifax, but it's still open on TransUnion as a 50K. Still leave it alone. What do you mean?
So she said something about the closed account that she wanted to dispute. I guess it's more information.
Yeah. What do you mean by 50K? Still leave it alone? Is it derogatory? Is it in derogatory status?
Yes, it is. It's closed on Experian and Equifax.
Because it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be a car loan, or it could be something that she paid off. Like, what's going on with the account?
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to get more information. But if it's in derogatory status, dispute it. If it's open on one account and it's closed on the other two, one of them is, like I said, reported wrong, and the other two. So what you want to do is dispute it, get it removed. If it's in derogatory status, if it's in good status, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
I think that can. At a 765. I'm at a 765. Currently about 2 years low utilization, on time, everything with my credit. What are the ways to make it stronger profile? I have about one loan so far. That's ending in August. So what's going to happen is once you add new accounts on your credit profile, guess what's going to happen? Your credit score is going to drop a little bit. But it's going to drop, but eventually go back up. It's going to take time. So what you want to do is, what I tell most people is, add some more credit cards onto their credit report. But after you add those credit cards onto your credit report, let that stay on there, let it build. But then get 5 credit cards. Don't mess with them. Do what Mike do. I do the same thing. I leave them at the house, but just do what Mike do. Put them away. But after you have those 5 credit cards, wait 6 months and apply for business credit cards. Let those personal credit cards stay on there. Bill is going to build up, right? And you ain't going to have to mess with it because now you have business credit cards. Now you got these business credit cards. Use those because business credit cards don't report on personal. And guess what? Eventually, over time, you're going to have 800 credit score because guess what? You have credit cards. You're asking to increase the limit. It's stacking. It's on time. You have zero utilization. So now you have those reporting. Yes, your age is going to drop, but over a year, 2 years, you're going to see the increase, right?
Hey, Dave.
Credit cards.
Yeah. He responded again. He got 4. All right. He got 4 credit cards on the personal side. So now you're in the growing stage. Don't touch nothing, right? Everything you do now should be on the business side. If you don't got a business, create one.
Yeah.
Go get an LLC. Go get an EIN. Go.
Yeah, 4 credit cards. Do you have do you say you have one loan? If you have 4 credit cards, one loan, you got credit mix. Don't mess with it. Just let it continue build. Continue asking for increases on your credit limit.
Yeah, I don't do nothing in my personal name no more. Me and Dave got a business together, but I got multiple business set aside from Dave. Those businesses make a total of $0, but I got a lot of business credit on those businesses. I got I got probably over 100,000 on the other businesses in credit, but they don't make no money. They just I just just got them. They are legit businesses, and I'm gonna start paying my kids and stuff to them. But they're not doing nothing now. All I'm doing is using my personal credit, and this business that been formed 3 months ago. I'm going to the bank and saying, "Hey, this is a new business. I didn't do nothing with it yet, but I have good personal credit. Give me 50,000." And they be like, "No, no, no, no. All we gonna do is we're gonna give you 15." I'm like, "All right, cool." And I just kept doing it over and over. So yeah, you don't need to do nothing really strange. Most businesses, if you don't want $100,000 in business credit on one credit card, you can even use your home address for that business.
All right, John. So I'm assuming some of the accounts were in good standings. So if some of the accounts were in good standing, what you want to do is call the company and tell them that it's not reported on your credit report, so they can report it back.
Yeah,
The
John.
accounts that are in good standing.
Hold on.
Say remove. Go ahead.
John, before we continue with this, how did you remove the? Did you use Dave's video to remove these accounts?
I think he did. He probably put a lot accounts that he wasn't supposed to put on there.
Cause yeah, like a
I saw a few people say that. Yeah, I accidentally added.
That's so funny. You be in the CFPB database, added all your accounts, and they all come off. You said several were in good standing. Okay, cool. How did you dispute? Like, what was your dispute process? Did you use CFPB? Like, did you use a letter? Do you use anything else? Okay, I don't. Dang. But yes, my bad, Dave. Let me answer this question right here. If you have over 700 credit score, you can create a sole prop, or you can just create a LLC. I do a LLC, because it makes you look more benefits. Yeah. So once you start using the money, you get the benefits of using the credit card on the business side. You understand what I'm saying? So if I use my business credit card that I use for my personal brand, and I go take my kids somewhere or something, and I make a video or something, that then becomes a write-off. This is not legal advice. This is not tax advice. Ask your tax accountant, all that good stuff. But yeah, so don't do a sole prop, because once your business start getting taxed, you can start taking deductions and stuff like that. You know, probably turn into an S corp if you want to hire people, your kids and stuff like that, or C corp. My bad.
Yes, sir.
Or whatever you want to do. My bad. Just ask my accountant.
Yeah, just get a real LLC. That's it, a real. Get an LLC versus a sole prop. Get another account removed today. I was late on during the payment. Listen to this man.
Woo! Sir. That's what I'm talking about. Another account removed. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we got shirts too. I think I stopped. We're gonna add some stuff back because I want to do some apparel stuff when it comes to the credit team and the logos and all that. So we're in the process of like getting that stuff created. Let me see. Oh yeah, let me get that off. Hey, congrats.
He want the tumbler, he want the shirt, he want the hat. That's what I'm talking about. We'll get some of that stuff, and we're gonna try to make it
letter. I don't know what you mean by letter, Bobby. If you're talking about a secret letter, I'll post a link so you can get a secret letter. If that's
nah. He said, "Dang, bro, my memory crazy." I think he said,
letter and 3 times with the CFPB." Okay.
He was talking about he disputing something with TransUnion.
Okay, so yeah. So you did a letter and 3 times with the CFPB. You probably added some accounts. So I think I was saying it before. You have to call the company that has call the positive people back and tell them to remove it. I mean, tell them to add it back on your credit report.
This is the original question, Dave.
Disputed addresses.
I had to go find it. My bad.
For 12 months, but it's tied to 1.
And we asked him how did he dispute. He said a letter, and then said yes 3 times with CFPB.
Okay, I thought that was the other person. So that's one that's tied. Are you currently still living there?
Yeah, it's gonna take a minute. This thing kind of delayed.
Yeah, so I'll let him answer that. I watched the video. It was very helpful. I paid my credit card to reach 12% utilization, so my score jumped to 40 points. And congratulations, Victoria. Continue doing the work.
Work works.
Work works. My brother Floyd did dispute through experience. One item 1 year ago removed from the credit profile. He called them. It was a good way to dispute one item or no? Is that a good way to dispute one item or no? If you
there are many different dispute methods and way people do it, but we just do it a certain way to where we can help people. Yeah. So it's a lot. Like I call the credit bureaus and I remove stuff all the time. It's simply because I know what I'm talking about for the most part. So when somebody's on the phone with me and I start spitting laws, you can hear them typing on the thing trying to look up the laws. Like, did you know 15 USC 1692 states that you couldn't do this, but then you did it? That's a violation of up to $1,000 per violation.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you start talking like that and then ask to talk to their manager, they'll get scared.
Can you sign up with yes. So rent reporters, rental karma, I think there's another one out there, credit my rent. They are all separate companies. So you can sign up with all three companies to get backdated history onto your credit report. So yes, you can sign up with it's just like getting multiple credit cards, right? So same thing. So instead of getting 24 months, you get 48 months of like backdated history. Do I need a full account number when I'm trying to remove? You don't need like the full account number. So if it's like that, that's okay too. With the X's at the back, as long as you have the numbers, like some numbers on there, that's okay. If I have X's, Y, stars, or whatever I have, that's okay. On the back end. That's a good question. I called the bank and they say they cannot remove it themselves. Bobby, are you still living? I said Bobby. 229. Are you still living at that current address? I think that's my question. No, sir. I live in an apartment with it changes every couple of years. Is it on your driver's license? Like, because there's that address. Is it on your driver's license? Or are you using it as proof of residency? Like, what are you using? That probably could be the issue as well. I got a few personal info removed, still waiting on the credit bureau to respond to my letters I sent with Dispute Panda. Hey, sir. Hey, congratulations on your first letter.
And getting the personal information removed because a lot of people are having trouble with it, to be honest.
Sir. Got any more questions? Woo.
Yeah, you answered them all. I think we all caught up. We're still waiting on a couple people to answer some questions we already asked.
There you go, all the way down.
All right.
You say you do got the apartment. You do got that on your driver's license. So that's one of the things that they verify. It's like saying that I don't owe this money on this utility, but I send a utility bill to verify my information.
Yeah.
So if you got that address on your driver's license, you probably had to change your driver's license address.
Hold on. So I think he's saying been 7 years.
He said no, sir. I don't know.
Dang. Yeah, we probably need to have a call or something. I can't understand.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get him on the live next week so we can help him.
Would you be willing to, Mr. Bobble, or is that a woman?
Mrs. or Mr. Bobble. I think it's a dog. No, I can't see the picture. I thought this.
Brian wrestling an alligator. Oh, that ain't a real alligator. Oh man, that's crazy.
Every credit bureau removed from my collection except Trinity and came at verified twice. What should I do next? Rick James. All right. Every credit bureau removed my collection except Trinity. So the other credit bureaus call and ask for their the documentation showing that it got removed and leverage that. Have you done that yet, Rick? Rick James. You got another star question, Mike?
Nah.
Okay.
We had the answer.
Yeah. So if y'all like interested in business or like thinking of starting a business, hey, let us know. We can point you in the right direction on like different mentors on what to do. But like if you have a specific skill, if you're really good at that skill, yo, we tell people to create a digital product, teach people what you know, because they're gonna ask you how you did it, and guess what? You have the digital product to give to them so they can buy. So if you like, you know how to like lose 10, 15 pounds, if you have specific instructions, if you know how to cook, if you know how to like if you have a lawn care business, if you know how to do hair, if you teach people what you know, like I'm doing right now, create a product to help them out so they can do the same thing. But you want to create videos around the things that you're doing, and you'll be able to get consistent income, right? How do I remove a fraud alert from my credit report? All right, so call into Experian TransUnion Equifax and tell them to remove it. It takes about 24 hours. Usually they remove it within that same day, but sometimes it might take 24 hours. So all you gotta do is just call in to remove it. Tell y'all, a digital product, man. We done made when we first launched a digital product, I think we made like $50,000 off a digital product. And guess what? It's no overhead. They buy it, they go straight to them. Sometimes, you might have to email because sometimes somebody might put the wrong email address. But other than that, there's low overhead.
How do you feel about the Metro 2 dispute method?
I believe everything works. It's just I have no problem. Like laws, Metro 2, like whatever it takes to get that account removed. My goal is for everybody to get results. So Metro 2, I'm fine with it. The law, I'm definitely fine with it. CFPB, Attorney General, what I'm not fine with is disputing online because you just you just waiving your rights at that point.
Mm-hmm.
What about when you already disputed and came back verified, but they're saying that they will use the same info to reinvestigate? Diamond. So you gotta change up the scenario. Ask them how did they verify the accounts? Like what procedure they used to verify the accounts. And from there, we know they're not going to respond. And then what you want to hit them with was, hey, if everything is verified, did you notice that this is wrong? Like open date lags active, all these are incorrect. So how did you verify the information? Delete that account. You know how you playing.
Yeah.
So you want to change up the scenario. Dang. Oh. Yeah, I definitely need that big. Even on here, I could be like, yo. The big credit report.
All right, y'all. Oh yeah. So, hey man, we're gonna have to go, but we love y'all for coming. Thank y'all so much. We just want to make sure that we respect our time so we can show up even better for you guys. Thank you guys for asking questions. If y'all ask a question and we can get to y'all, please show up earlier and then ask your questions. If you want to be brought up, then we can bring you up as well. They're gonna ask some more questions or not?
I was gonna answer this one that you just started. Can I get items deleted if this is the last one you got started? Can I get items deleted if all three credit bureaus have different information? Yes. If they have, what I mean by that, like if Experian, TransUnion, Equifax show like different things, you can get it deleted because they're all supposed to be the same according to the law. Like it ain't mine; it's just supposed to be the same. So, but the most important thing is you're not going to tell them to fix that. What you're telling them to do is to investigate their account. The goal is to tell them to do their job. And once they're supposed to do their job, they're not going to do it. And then you're going to bring it back to like, yeah, you say you did this, but you did it. But you can't go back and fix it because that's part of it. So now you just leverage that as evidence to get it removed. And that's always teaching. And get this documentation, this lie, use the law, and slap it.
Yeah.
Over and over. Just different laws. Boom, boom. That's it. CFPB, tell your story. What happened? Bam. And that's all we're trying to teach.
Yeah. Hey, thank you guys for showing up and staying on here for the hour and a half. And thank you guys for asking questions, because we truly believe that every question we answer live will impact thousands of people. That's why we don't take personal calls no more. But one of the reasons. All right, Dave, any last words?
Hey, appreciate you for your time. Thank you for showing up. And we go live next Thursday to teach you another procedure on how to knock the credit bureaus out. We might bring somebody else on here to talk about like their journey and their process, what they've been through, what they got going on, so you can actually learn on what they did and like some of the mistakes they did, so you won't do the same thing. But everybody is doing the right thing. Continue disputing, continue sending off your letter. You're not doing nothing wrong. You just got to continue being consistent. And that's it. Appreciate y'all.